Have you ever stopped to think what it truly meant to have it all? I used to think it meant owning everything. The biggest house, the nicest clothes, the most expensive things. But recently, having it all to me means raising a thriving, healthy son, being with my friends, my family, my community, the ability to do what I want, when I want, without anyone's permission, and living my life authentically and unapologetically. The freedom to just be me. Hey everyone, it's Erica, and welcome to episode 3 of my divorce series, where I'm documenting how I'm rebuilding my life and also reinventing myself as a person. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing the several week in my life routines that I have been trying out for myself as I start my new life as a co-parenting single mother and also a full-time working woman. And it's going to be structured a little bit differently. I've actually been filming this video for over a month. This is all new for me, but I am learning by doing and making micro adjustments along the way as I experience life again. So if you're new here and you want to see the entire journey, please be sure to follow my divorce series playlist. We also have a sponsor for today's video, AG1, one of my favorite and most critical things of my morning routine that is keeping me on the go as a busy working mother. I'll get more into them in a little bit. So on that note, let's get started. First, context. Key things to keep in mind as you watch this video, whether you're just interested or you're also a single mother. Number one, I share custody with my son's father here in Colorado. We're co-parenting. It's been a growing process, but we're both putting my son first, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. I said this disclaimer in my last video. I'm gonna say it really quickly here. For any of my single mothers that don't have a present partner, I am so sorry. I never mentioned my circumstances as being a sour note. My heart and my empathy and compassion go out for all of you ladies out there that have to do 100% on your own. You are a badass. I just want to be real and fair about what my circumstances look like so that the expectations are understood before I get into the video. Second, my family, my friends, my peers, my work events, they're all in San Francisco and LA. I'm from San Francisco. I'm a 4th generation Cantonese. My parents, my grandparents, my siblings, my god family, all my childhood friends, like my whole life is in California. So I have not only dual lives in terms of mom mode and work mode, but I also have a geographical split of where a lot of my life exists. Number 3 is my job. I've actually been on YouTube for 13 years. The first 6 years I was in corporate America and doing this on the side. And then I've been a full-time content creator for the past 7 years. This is my dream job. I'm so grateful that you guys have given me this opportunity. I'm so grateful I never gave up on it. Next are my priorities. So when I made a massive list of my responsibilities and priorities in my life, I realized that things fall into 2 different buckets. I have mom mode and I have work mode. Mom mode is all about being all hands on deck for my son, having quality time with him, me and him one-on-one, but also him and his community, his friends, his family, me being head of household, cooking, cleaning, house chores. And then for my work mode, it's being the full-time content creator. Before I had a kid, I would work like 70 hours a week. So I'm having to rebuild my entire work life here because I physically can't do that anymore, while also fitting in some rest and Erica time. I'm so lucky because I have been a solopreneur, even though it comes with a lot of risk and volatility in terms of stability and income. I get to own my schedule. And to keep up with the dual-natured fast tempo of my life, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, AG1, for being the critical step in my morning routine. AG1 is a daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. Each serving has vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, antioxidants, mushrooms, and whole food source ingredients. As a busy mom, I love this because it combines what you would normally get in several different supplements into a simple scoop in the morning. I feel the benefits are so comprehensive, including healthy aging, daily nutrients, gut health, immunity defense, which is so great when you have a toddler, focus, energy, and stress recovery. So I like to take mine first thing in the morning for the best absorption. I take 1 scoop from my refrigerated container with about 10 ounces of water, shake it up, and drink it all in one sitting. I find it super delicious and refreshing, but I'm also someone that can drink just blended kale and water, so this just gives me peace of mind that I'm getting my daily nutrients replenished. It makes me super regular, focused, and energized in the morning. And being 35, I love that it supports healthy aging, so I can not only tackle my day but also keep up with my toddler. So if you're interested in adding AG1 to your busy routine, I have a special offer that gives you a bottle of AG's vitamin D3 and K2 immunity support drops, along with 5 AG travel packs to your welcome kit. All the links and details are down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. Let me go through the 4 week in the life routines that I alternate between. We have mom mode in Colorado, mom mode traveling. We have work mode traveling, work mode in Colorado. In any given week, depending on what job events that I have to fly to, how my ex's schedule is, I will have any combination between these two or these two. So now I'm gonna show you examples of all 4 of these modes. Starting off with mom mode in Colorado, I live off of day theming and time blocking because I have non-school days and school days. It's not always perfect, but I just have a general daily idea of how the morning should look and how the afternoon should look. So let's start off on a pickup day where I pick up my son from school. On this particular day, I had to film all morning, so I didn't have time to get groceries, so I decided to take him with me, which is always fun because he likes to pick out his favorite foods. I like to give him some choices on what we can make for the week, and then I'll stock up on our basic supplies. Then when we get home, I'll make us some lunch to just get reacclimated into my home. He'll play with his toys, relax, while I like to put like a 1-pot meal on the stove. Something super quick that I can quickly reheat throughout the week as like an emergency backup meal, and then he will slide into his early afternoon nap. Now when he's napping, I'll either sleep too and get a nap in, I'll do some work, or I'll do some chores, or I'll cook. So on this particular day, I just cozied up next to him to answer some email. I've got soup simmering on the stove, and when he wakes up, we'll have a little bit more snacks, and then we'll go out and do an activity, which really depends on his energy level, his mood, and the weather outside because it gets so cold here in Colorado. So we'll either go to the library, go to the park, take a ride on the bike, just something to get his energy out before we wind down into our nighttime routine. So we'll do dinner around 6, play a little bit, just doing really chill stuff inside while I try to do some light cleaning up. And then I love using these cube timers so that he knows when it's time for bath time, which is his ultimate favorite. Then we'll do story time in bed, and once he's out, I have a monitor to keep an eye on him. Then I'll do my nighttime routine, which always includes some nice skincare, any leftover chores like dishes or laundry. If I've got nothing going on, I will go really intense on picking up and watching some TV, or terrible habit, I will do an hour to an hour and a half of work. I sometimes get some of my best ideas at night, so if I need to get some writing done, I'll go ahead and do that. Then I try to get to bed around 10:30 or 11. Then for a full school day, I like to wake up like 15-20 minutes before him if I can, just to squeeze in a quick shower, my full skincare, brush my teeth, and then get my AG1 in and start his breakfast. He normally wakes up right when I'm making his breakfast and have a plate of fresh fruit with fluffy mini pancakes. As he's eating that and kind of waking up for the day, I'll make us eggs for some protein. Sometimes he'll join me in the kitchen because he loves cooking, so we'll crack some eggs, or sometimes we'll make a smoothie. It just depends on what he's feeling. And then we will gear up and get into the car to head to school. Once I get back, it is go time. I have a solid 2.5 hours to get work done. I'll try to do a little bit of stretching or meditation just to get my mind reset, but I always take advantage of school time to do deep focus work on the computer. Since it's not long enough for me to do filming, I try to bulk all of my computer time and admin during these school days, or any like meetings or any appointments that I could knock out. So this morning time block when he's at school is when I get my stuff done. Then just like the previous day, it's mom and Clark time the entire afternoon. So this is a day where the weather was nice, so I wanted to take him out on one of our favorite excursions. I have memberships to a lot of the places in the city, so I'll pick him up, we'll go do lunch together, we'll go to like one of our favorite restaurants and have a kid's meal and adult's meal side by side. And then because it takes so long to drive through the city, he's able to take his full nap in the car as I drive us to the destination. So this is one of our favorite spots. It's like a mini indoor zoo with a massive greenhouse full of butterflies. We'll spend a couple hours just looking at the new exhibits, the animals, the insects, and then they have a play area so he can run around. It's clean, it's safe, and then we'll play until they literally close. By the time we get home, it's dinner time, and we'll repeat the same bedtime routine as I just showed you. And lastly, for non-school day options, which can be the weekend, an exchange day, a weekday that's not a school day, here are the various options that can happen. Our normal routine is to do a play date with my son's best friend. His mother is also my best friend, so we'll all hang out and bond as a quad. This will take up that entire morning chunk that we normally have for school, and I'm also very lucky if I happen to have any work. She's a stay-at-home mom. She used to be a nanny. I'm able to pay her for 2 or 3 hours, so I can just knock that out. But of course, there are some mornings where our schedules don't align. One of our kids are sick, so Clark and I will have the morning to ourselves. Depending on the weather, we can stay home, relax, play with his toys, or we like to do baking baking. We love to cook pizza. Since he's so food curious, even just chopping fruits and vegetables or helping me around the kitchen, it's such a fun, easy thing to do together. Then we can enjoy lunch, take a nap, and then in the afternoon, I also really like kid-focused play facilities. There are several great local ones, but two of our favorites are like a role-playing focused one where they have all these different stations where you can role play as like a firefighter, a grocery store clerk. I love things that are so imagination focused like that. Or they have more specific focus places like this huge construction sand pit that's full of kid-sized trucks and machinery, so they can pretend like they're on a real construction site. There's also the local library that not only has all the books, but they have a bunch of kid areas in there. And lastly, our other favorite big excursion is going to the zoo. The zoo is great for a weekend day where it's beautiful outside. We can spend a long time there. I really just try to go with the flow between his tempo and the weather. Moving on to mom mode traveling. So pretty much I only take my son back home to San Francisco right now where he can bond with his family, and he also loves the ocean. I can't wait for it to warm up outside and he can actually enjoy the beach. Also is a great time. I like to introduce him to all the Asian food, the Chinese food, the culture. So how I segment my vacation time with him is by day. I will try to do different segments of the family and also coincide a fun activity with it. So we're all getting optimal family bonding time, but also doing something that's engaging for all of us. So for example, on my dad's side with his two daughters and Clark, we all went down to Monterey Bay because we hadn't gone in so many years. We got to take Clark to the aquarium for the first time. It was the beautiful, perfect California day. We not only got to enjoy all of the sea creatures together, but we enjoyed delicious food and kind of just like sat outside and enjoyed the beautiful weather. In addition to that, the car ride was super long, so we all got to catch up and talk and bond. Clark got some good naps in. It was just such a feel-good, amazing day. And if we're not going on a big excursion, we stay local, eating at our favorite spots together, going to museums, walking along the coast, going shopping at our favorite places. Like, Clark is such an easy kid. I got so lucky, and these are the memories I just remember permanently, and I try to do that every day with him. So then the next day, we went all the way to the opposite side of the city and stayed with Clark's godmother, my best friend of like 30 years. I've got a whole different friend group on the East Bay, so we went on a beautiful hike. We all got to catch up, talk, get great exercise in. I love being in nature, sharing that with my child, enjoy the lush greenery. Clark enjoyed the fresh air. He took a nice nap in the stroller. Then we walked all the way to this beautiful brunch spot, had some lattes and delicious food, relaxed a little bit at his godmother's house, and then I had another best friend who made a beautiful dinner for Clark, a little Easter celebration for him, and we had a beautiful night together. So, I mean, it's just, I miss California so much. It really sucks that it has to be this inconvenient. I would have loved to have Clark be near his family all the time, but this was a more chill sample week. Other times we'll have big family get-togethers where he can interact with a bunch of his family at once. The overall priority for me is that he has a connection to his roots, his culture, his family, the ocean, the beach. I'm so lucky to have massive roots and a huge community, and I want my son to feel that love. It really does take a village, and if you're a single mom, it's even more important. Moving on to work mode traveling. I like to hit the ground running. If I don't have my son, I want to bust my ass and get as much work as I can done, especially the in-person filming, getting and filming the content. That's something that I normally can't do when he's around. So my main priorities in this mode are filming, in-person events, shopping for any supplies or clothes in stores that I can't get in Colorado, seeing my friends and family, and fitting in some Erica time, which is healing by the ocean, eating my favorite foods, doing my favorite California things that are just really restoring my soul right now. So my schedule kind of shapes itself because I have to organize everything by the event time, when I can film at my studio, when people can meet. It's honestly very exciting and fun because it changes all the time. I love traveling, being on the go, and squeezing every minute out of every day. So let's start off with filming. I have a studio that I rent out in the Bay Area. This is for my more high quality content whether it's organic or sponsored. I like having a private, secluded space that's inspiring. I'll set up the area, the lights, the audio, steam the clothes, get ready, get glam, review my script that's already pre-written, and I'll try to knock out one big project. I've been trying to find a stable studio space that can be representative of the quality of content that I want to produce and also make it efficient so that I can do it without having to set up every single time. So I'm working on it. I used to have the house, obviously, but that's going to be gone with the divorce. We're still trying to figure all that out. So it's a process. The other big portion of filming is filming on the go. So I'm doing a backlog of B-roll. I'm also shooting short form content because I'm going to be launching that. And I'm so fortunate I get to discover life and new adventures and film and record everything. After filming, I have in-person events. So this can be anything from influencer specific events where I get invited as an attendee, as a host, help setting up, do live coverage, and share on social media. Next, I have charity events. I do social media help for one of my childhood friends' charity called Pierce's Pledge. She lost her son in filicide through gun violence during her contentious divorce. So I'll film, produce, edit, just whatever she needs, I'm there for her. So if you're interested, I'll include a link to Pierce's Pledge down below so you can learn more. Obviously, she's my dear friend and I went through a divorce and it's fulfilling, important work for me. So last type of in-person events are like summits. They'll be hosted by YouTube. So those are just amazing opportunities to network with fellow creators, get back into the mix of the YouTube community, have so much mental space to fall in love with life and my job again. So I'm trying to treat everything as a beginner and just dive headfirst into exploring my new self and new creativity. Next department is people. So I said it at the beginning of this video, having it all to me is not having a bunch of shit. It is about the people you have in your life. And depending on NorCal or SoCal, I'll see as many people as I can. I don't care about driving. I'll literally drive for hours just to make a victory lap. I've been reconnecting with a lot of my girls and it's just amazing to share ideas, support each other, talk business, strategy, commiserate, and encourage. And another huge part of my job is shopping. And I'm kind of restructuring how I'm doing my entire business right now. I'm figuring it out. But I've been a style YouTuber for so long. Shopping is such a critical part. And there's so many stores in California that don't exist out here in Colorado. For example, Daiso, Uniqlo, Cos, Oakenford. Like I can try these things on in person and really test them out to see if I want to incorporate it in my content. So that is a critical part when I'm out there trying to squeeze that in. And lastly, for me time, I try to rest in between all the activities. I find so much healing by just breathing in the ocean, seeing the blue sky, eating some of my favorite Asian food that I've missed so much, my favorite sweet treats. I mean, anything that's inner child healing or soul healing right now as I recover from the divorce, I just try to give it to myself in these moments. So those are all the buckets of my work mode traveling. Any given stretch of time, I'm doing just multiple combinations of those daily. I just go with the flow of when people can meet, when spaces are available, or when I have events that I need to show up to. It all ends up working out. And lastly, work mode Colorado, which is definitely a slower tempo. I can kind of recover, but main priorities are still filming. I'll knock out any errands, admin, cleaning, resetting, organizing my home and my suitcases, and just try to fit in some self-care, resting at home. So here's a more structured sample week. Right when I exchanged my son to my ex, I had a bunch of errands that I needed to knock out at the old home. I needed to go through and pick a few things that I wanted to keep. I'm literally letting everything go to the new buyers. It's been very emotional for me, but this is a huge energetic cut as I settle out all the divorce admin aftermath. I am so at peace and happy to let this chapter go. Anyway, I save my manual labor type of errands for when I don't have Clark, and then normally I like to do a nice dinner, but this night I wanted to just chill at home, clean, watch my favorite movies. I had a mountain of clothes I needed to go through from all my traveling, go through my mail, open all my PR. I also had some clothes come in for the filming day I was gonna have the next day. I just like chilling, vibing, organizing, resetting my little travel area so that I can be ready to pack for the next week I travel, just being a homebody. So the next day is a filming day. So whether I'm traveling or I'm at home, I try to block out a solid filming production day. Here I'm doing my typical routine. I gotta pack all my equipment, my tripods, my cameras, get all the clothes steamed, get my script ready, make sure I eat something, get glam, load up, unpack, set up, film. And then if I'm not filming, I'll have an errand day where I'll just have a massive to-do list of every store or return I need to run. I like to take a slow morning, sleep in, I'll do some yoga, stretch, have a boring breakfast. I eat very boring and simple when I'm by myself at home, by the way. I like to save my budget for when I'm traveling and enjoying new restaurants. So I like stockpiling my errands for when I don't have my son. It makes it faster, easier. Here I'm just buying some things at Target, running some Amazon returns. I need to buy a new pair of jeans because I want to create some spring denim content, and this guy helped me trade out the button, which was really cool at Levi's. Thank you, Rob. And then if I have an extra day, then I'll do another filming day. So I filmed another project. I like to sandwich the filming days with a errand day so that I can not worry about putting on makeup. I can get personal stuff done. I don't have to talk all day, and give my mental clarity some time to recharge so I can have some balance. Even if I've been filming all day, I'll go out, get some fresh air, have a good meal, then I come back and do quiet computer work. So I clearly enjoy switching between two modes. Somehow it provides me balance yet keeps things exciting. Like every day feels like a new adventure for me, no matter which one of these modes that I'm existing in. I feel deeply grateful. Alright guys, so that does it for today's video. I know it's a little different structure, but I hope you got some value. I have this desire and this drive to just do as much as I can and squeeze every ounce of this life being a woman and a mother until my deathbed. I'm fulfilled as hell. So this is my first foray and showing of a week in my life. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this content, give your girl a thumbs up. Please subscribe and join me for the rest of the journey. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!